Welcome to episode 29 of What's That Bird? On What's That Bird, we try and identify birds from around the world and even other planets. If you enjoy this show, I encourage you to subscribe so that this channel doesn't fade into obscurity. And if you'd like, feel free to submit your own bird pictures to What's That Bird at this email address. I guarantee I'll feature them on What's That Bird. So far, with 28 episodes, we've seen birds from around the world, but today we have something really special. Viewer Tony Barrett submitted quite a few bird pictures from some islands in Scotland, and today we're going to look at the first of these images. But before we look at the mystery bird, I'd like to show you this image Tony also sent me of a bird colony on the borders of Scotland. This colony is in a place called St. Abbs, and it was actually used as the location for New Asgard in some of the Marvel movies. But now, let's go to the mystery bird. The first thing that strikes me, aside from the bird of course, is the beautiful landscape. These types of island habitats are just amazing to find birds. Whenever I see something like this, I am sure I'm going to find something very interesting. I also really like this composition. It's a nice environmental shot and it's very peaceful looking. So, what is this mystery bird? I think most viewers probably have identified this bird at least as an owl. But what kind of owl is this? First, I should probably say that owls form an order, Strigiformes, in the class Aves. The order Strigiformes is divided into two families. The first family is Titonidae, or barn owls. This family consists of 19 species. The second family of owls is the family Strigidae, or typical owls. This family is much larger than the barn owl family and consists of 194 species. Now, all barn owls have a very typical look, and it's easy to see that the mystery bird is not a barn owl. So does that mean we're going to have to look through 194 species to identify this owl? Actually, this task is not as hopeless as it seems. That's because in Scotland, there are actually only 9 Strigidae owls that can be seen, and just one Titonidae owl, the barn owl. So we actually only have to look through 9 owls. Moreover, owls have a very distinctive appearance, so I'm guessing this is not going to be a very hard task at all. In fact, I'm just going to dive right into my Princeton Field Guide, Birds of Europe 2nd edition, and look at those 9 owls and see which one matches the mystery bird. Although before I look, I should also say that 2 of those owls on the list, the snowy owl and the northern hawk owl, are owls that I've personally seen, and I know this owl is neither of those owls, so we only have 7 owls to look at. Now what about the Eurasian scops owl? Scops owl? That's a pretty cool name, right? Well, this bird looks kind of like the scops owl, but I don't think it's a scops owl, and let me tell you why. The mystery bird seems to have some distinctive white markings around the face, and that's not present in the scops owl. Also, the mystery bird has some very distinctive dark eye patterns, which look kind of like eyeshadow, and the scops owl does not have very much of that, so I'm going to rule out the scops owl. But what about the eagle owl? Could this bird be the eagle owl? This is an even more definite no. The eagle owl, aside from having these huge ear tufts which the mystery bird lacks, it also has a very different plumage, so we can rule out the eagle owl. The little owl looks a little bit more like the mystery bird, but the little owl does not have that distinctive facial disc, nor does it have the wing patterns of the mystery bird. The tawny owl is a definite mismatch with its dark eyes. The long-eared owl has a very distinctive facial disc, unlike the mystery bird, plus it also usually has long ears. Boreal owl is quite rare and looks nothing like the mystery bird. So, what are we left with? It's the short-eared owl. And indeed, the mystery bird looks very much like this drawing of the short-eared owl. Now, if I had looked at the drawing of the short-eared owl right away, I think I would have been fairly confident that this bird is indeed the short-eared owl. However, as you know on What's That Bird, I like to eliminate all other possibilities to be very sure. Based on this thorough analysis, I'm going to conclude that the mystery bird is indeed the short-eared owl. Since there are no other owls in Scotland that look quite like this owl, I'm going to give this assessment a probability rating of 99%. I hope you enjoyed this episode of What's That Bird, and I'll see you again next time.